In the quiet hush of a late autumn evening, the sun dipped low behind the city skyline, casting long shadows across Emily's small apartment. She sat in her favorite armchair, the one with the faded blue cushions that had seen better days. A cup of chamomile tea steamed gently on the side table, its herbal scent filling the air like a soft whisper. Emily, a young librarian with a passion for history and justice, flipped on the television. The news channel flickered to life, and there was Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett, her voice steady and measured, speaking about a closed-door testimony that had just unfolded on Capitol Hill. Emily leaned back, letting the words wash over her. Jasmine Crockett described what Alex Acosta had said about Jeffrey Epstein during that private session. Acosta, the former U.S. attorney who had once cut a controversial deal with the infamous financier, defended his actions without a trace of regret. He claimed the plea agreement from 2008 was the best they could do at the time, that it ensured some form of accountability. But Crockett's tone revealed the frustration simmering beneath, how Acosta stood firm, showing no remorse for the leniency that had allowed Epstein to evade harsher consequences for years. As Emily listened, a familiar ache settled in her chest. It was relatable, this problem of powerful men bending rules while ordinary people suffered the fallout. She thought of her own life, growing up in a modest neighborhood where her father, a factory worker, had been laid off unjustly after reporting unsafe conditions. No one in power had listened then. The company executives walked away unscathed, much like the shadows in this Epstein saga. Emily paused the broadcast for a moment, staring at the frozen image of Crockett's determined face. The room felt heavier now, the ticking of the wall clock marking each second like a heartbeat. She sipped her tea, the warmth spreading through her, grounding her in the present. Outside, leaves rustled softly in the breeze, as if nature itself was sighing along with her. Emily resumed the program, drawn into the details Crockett shared. Acosta had explained, in that closed room, how the evidence back then seemed shaky, how victims' stories were weighed against legal hurdles. But Crockett pressed him, her questions like gentle waves eroding a stone wall. Why no remorse? She had asked, according to the recounting. Acosta's response was clinical, detached. He believed he had protected the system, even if it meant a sweetheart deal that let Epstein serve minimal time. Emily felt a gentle twist unfolding in her mind, like turning a page in an old book to find an unexpected note. As Crockett spoke, Emily remembered a faded newspaper clipping from her grandmother's attic. It was about a distant relative, a woman who had worked as a housekeeper in Palm Beach decades ago. Whispers in family lore suggested she had crossed paths with Epstein's world, though no one ever spoke it aloud. Could it be? Emily's heart quickened slightly, not with alarm, but with a quiet curiosity. She rose slowly, padding across the creaky wooden floor to her desk. Rifling through a drawer, she found the clipping, a yellowed article about unnamed staff in elite circles, hinting at silenced voices. The connection wasn't direct, but it felt real, threading through time like a hidden river. Emily sat back down, the tea now cooler in her hands. This testimony, this revelation from Acosta via Crockett, wasn't just news, it was a mirror to forgotten pains. The twist softened her perspective, not a dramatic upheaval, but a subtle shift, reminding her that justice, though slow, could still echo forward. As the broadcast ended, Emily turned off the TV, the screen fading to black. The apartment grew still, again, save for the distant hum of city traffic. She felt a satisfying calm settle over her, emotionally grounded in the knowledge that voices like Crockett's were chipping away at old walls. No grand victories tonight, but a small one, the truth aired, even if from behind closed doors. Emily smiled faintly, setting her cup aside. Tomorrow, she would share the story at the library, perhaps inspiring others to seek their own threads of history. In the quiet, she breathed deeply, the weight lifting just a little, as the world outside whispered on.